Welcome, everybody, to the Sweatshop Podcast, the one-stop shop for talking shop. It is me, your host, Sweats, and my co-host, the Maestro. What's going on, man?
Hey, not much.
Hey.
Yeah.
We're back again for another episode.
Oh, yeah.
But this time, we're going to do some... Go ahead and put that screen up, because we're going to do part... Yeah.
Hey.
Bangers, mid, or trash.
Yeah, we're coming back at you with it.
Another part two of that one. So this time, again, we'll go over the rules a little bit. Basically, we're either going to be calling out some songs, or we're going to pick them, have a little random pick of some songs of wrestling themes, right? Of pro wrestling themes. That we might all know and love. And if you haven't heard it before, go check it out. You know what I mean? Go check them out. Because again, wrestling themes are good music. Wrestling themes are good music, man. I'm out here. I love wrestling themes. That's what if we're going to get me anywhere near metal music, at all, it would be some wrestling themes.
That's it. I mean? That's where we can get you.
That's where you go with it. If you want me to listen to some metal, I'll get into it because it has some sort of purpose, you know what I mean? As far as okay, this would be a good theme, that type of vibe, and I can get into it in that aspect. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Otherwise, I'm not getting into it like that, you know. And they got some good hip hop sometimes, and then they got some really good orchestration sometimes. You know what I mean? So it kind of gives you. That's why I like wrestling themes. It gives you a full gamut of all things.
Well, because it's not just limited to one genre. You know, now a majority of the themes are the rock and roll genre, you know, but you definitely do get some that expand outside just of rock and roll and heavy metal. You do get some rap hip hop. You do get some little tastes of more of a classical orchestra.
Right.
You definitely get some Latin flair in there.
Yep.
But then sometimes you also get a really nice combination of some of those things that you never thought would work before, but it ends up being really fun to listen to.
Yep.
So that's what I really love about wrestling themes also, is because it doesn't have a genre.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not okay, wrestling theme, and then it's just pigeonholed in this certain area. It goes by pretty much whoever has the theme, especially if it's done right. It's done to the character. So the character could be a mix between heavy metal and also more of a Latin flair. So you might get something in that vein. Whereas a lot of music artists that are putting out the popular music or whatever may not dare to cross-pollinate some of those things because it doesn't make sense for them. You know, why a lot of them stay in one genre, not a lot crossover into.
I will say more nowadays. It's a lot more hip hop than there used to be, or at least on the hip hop. I like to call it.
Anonymous.
I do like to call it on the hip hop side, because that's where music is. I guess I want to say more the mainstream. That's where that's headed, right?
I was going to say, as of right now in the music industry, the popular music had been rock and roll probably since the 50s, all the way up probably until the mid 2000s, 2010s even, and then that's when the rap hip hop genre took over the mantle.
Truly
took the strong pop music and what you hear a lot in the pop music of today.
The foundation, right?
Yes.
The foundation. I would say early 2000s, I would say, is where that really started to kind of make that transition. People listened to hip hop before.
Yes, absolutely.
But it was really it really did change around, I want to say, mid 2000s, where it became the popular music. And it pretty much has been since then, as far as the foundation of whatever the beats are, right? The foundation of it is that hip hop beat.
Yeah, in fact, I think it was something.
Even country music, right? Even country music has fallen suit,
right, and has some of those elements to it, has some of the rap hip hop elements into it. But country has always sort of mirrored the popular music the time.
They've tried.
You know what I
yes.
mean? Like they like when rock and roll was popular, they mirrored whatever kind of rock and roll was popular at that time.
Right.
You are starting to get some of the more hip hop influences into the country music, and like specifically the pop country. The country's just a whole other.
But what was that song?
Things, you know?
Badonkadonk, honky tonk.
Yeah, the honky tonk badonkadonk.
Badonkadonk is literally a black made up name. Like that's like, let's just call a spade there. Yeah. Like that is a made up African American name. Badonkadonk had been around for a while at that point. So when that thing came out, I said, "Huh, okay, doing this."
But then Trace Adkins put it in his song.
Yep,
because now it's a honky tonk,
badonkadonk, which I appreciated. You know, I appreciated. I was like, okay, this is where we're at country music. I feel you. As soon as that came out, I knew where we were country music wise. I was like, this is where we going. This is where we headed. That's hot right now.
I mean, it's great, like play on words too, like honky tonk badonkadonk, like great. All the onkings going on. Great. It's like it's genius.
It's great as fuck. Honestly, it's all good. I ain't mad about it. I ain't mad about it one bit. All right, so let's get up into this, man. Let's get up into this. Banger, mid, trash. What do you got?
I would be remiss if I did not start off with what I think is probably one of the ultimate bangers.
The ultimate bangers.
Ultimate bangers.
Okay.
But I think people who are wrestling fans will know that this is a banger. But people who may not be wrestling fans may not even know where this song comes from or the origins of it, but they might know the song because people have touted this. If you are a wrestling fan, especially Attitude Era fan, you have touted this song as a great song, but it did not come from a character that was as highly regarded, shall we say, in the grand scheme of things. But a lot of people, every time I've had conversations about this particular song, I have yet to hear somebody be like, "Oh my God, that's terrible." Usually they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so great," but yet it wasn't attached to like a Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock, people you remember. It was attached to a different person. So without giving away too much, let me just give you the little introduction.
Get right into it.
Like already here, we're getting some uniqueness. Now, for that, it like this particular song. So first of all, if you did not recognize it, that is the theme song for the Attitude Era group, The Brood, but it started out with Gangrel. So this was Gangrel, and later on The Brood, which if you're not familiar with who The Brood was, it was Gangrel, Early Edge, and Christian.
Yep.
It was Christian Cage in AEW. So this was like their theme that they came out to. What, like, first of all, to me, this is like an all-time banger.
It is.
Like, it has all of the makings that I actually don't enjoy of most themes, because when you really think about it, like, what sort of melody is there to it?
No, but that's the beauty of it, right?
But like, it works for this. Normally, when I listen to, yeah, like when I try to listen to these themes, and like what makes them catchy and stuff is that melody that they give you. Like last time we went with Sexy Boy, Shawn Michaels. I mean, that had the verse, that had the chorus that will just bam, catch in your ears. This one, it doesn't really have any sort of melodic elements to it.
Nothing.
But it gives you the ambiance of that character, and then setting it up with the entrance, which if you have not seen the Brood entrance, put that in your Google machine. Like, that's
the greatest of all time, period.
Yeah, like putting that song with the ambiance of like him coming up from the fire. Like, this doesn't need that melodic element, but also like the beat to it in the back. Like, it's just so tough.
Well, it's all that. It drives. It has a, and the theming behind it is, again, it's like this underground, like you're at this underground club of like demons. Like it's essentially what it's like. I'm at this club, but what am I going to listen to? That's full of like
it's like if like Satan was
right.
the owner of a club.
Exactly. If Satan is the
What would
owner of a
you
club, what would you hear? You would hear that shit.
Mhm.
Because it make you it get you in a trance. You're like, yeah, I'm into that. And you like you kind of go into the beat, you're getting into this groove, and you got this lady with you, and you out here doing some strange shit out here.
You thinking like evil things?
Like
whatever
blood is going on out here.
Don't you think of those evil things like that?
That's a good one though. Yeah, that's a banger of bangers. That's in my top 10 bangers of all time.
Yeah, me too. That's easy top 10 banger of all time. But like, I mean, would you listen to it? Like I said, there's no like real melodic elements to it, but just how hard it drives, and like it makes you get into it. And to me, I feel like it's unique. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, even though it seems sort of simplistic from like the melodic perspective or whatever you want to say, I feel like it's so unique. Yeah. Versus many other themes of particularly that time. Absolutely. But also even now, as you fast forward a little bit, like yeah, you hear the drums, you get some bass, you get like that distorted guitar, and like yeah, a lot of songs have that, but the way, like, you know, the timbre of it is just so unique. Yes. And it like not only does it fit that character and fit that group so well, but it just really stood out to you versus all of the other themes that you would hear of the time, and like I said, even nowadays. So like, to me, something that can be that sort of simplistic but hold, you know, such like a memorable portion in your mind without having to like have like a verse and a chorus to like hook you into it, but it's still so memorable, and it like, you know, like it gets you moving to it, you know, like I just think that's incredible. So like it still holds up as one of the most unique themes, I think. Yeah, all around. It's true banger. Like, listen to the whole thing, but that little portion there, the intro into that, like, you know, beginning section, like that's a main portion of it. Yeah. You know, 100%. And it just kind of like repeats. It is a little repetitive, but like, I don't hate it. You know, it also goes on for like 2 minutes. It's supposed to be repetitive. It's meant to be repetitive. But some of them get too repetitive. Well, like it's like 20 seconds of music. That's different, like 4 minutes. That's different. It depends on what's happening with whatever theme it's happening. I truly believe that. Like, this is a theme that's designed to be this way. Not all themes are designed to be like that. So it kind of changes it up a little bit. Now, let's go to something new. Okay, let's do a random. Okay, in between here. Random. Let's do a random. So you want me to do something random? Hit him with the shuffle. Okay. All right. Time for a shuffle. I got my shuffle on here. Okie dokie. Oh. I mean, this is somewhat new. Especially for the ones that we've sort of like been used to. Yeah. But actually, when I saw this pop up, I was very intrigued by it, and I think we've talked about this one in particular. Have we? Okay. Or yeah. So let's see if I can. Let me pull this up real quick here. Let me see. Okay. Here we go. I think you'll know it as soon as you hear it. Let's get a little bit more in here. Yeah, I wanted to hear like a little bit more. Okay. Then comes back around. Yep. All right. Okay. Good. All right. So that's a mid theme. It's a mid to trash theme. Like, I mean, it's not super great, but it is indicative of her character, though. Like, it's what her character is. Like, she, like, at least initially, like when she went heel,
IYO SKY. So this or IYO SKY now.
Mm-hmm. I think this is still you. Like I think this is the one
she
that
still does.
used.
She still uses this one
when she's single. Yeah,
right. When she went to heel, when she turned heel in NXT, this is the song she was using, which I did like in context because like she was like she went psycho. I guess she did like this psycho Japanese character, right?
Yeah.
Which kind of made it kind of seem like on this vibe. But I thought it was. I really thought this was. I thought it was a mid to trash thing. I really do. I think it's.
What I would say, when I was just playing it here, I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
Because when I saw this pop up, I was like, oh, like when I hear it, like when I heard it on NXT, when I've heard it on the main roster, I really liked it. Like I was like, oh man, I really get into this. Like I get into it.
I just think I get into her.
Damn, we're about 15 minutes into it. It already happened.
Somebody. Hello.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so like I was excited to hear this one, without any sort of like the distractions of the entrance and stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with you. I was a little disappointed because I was like waiting for some of the other stuff, and I was like, oh man, this is not as intricate or it's not as like dope as it led itself to be when I heard it on NXT and like the actual programming or when I've heard it live, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know if it was just because of like how it comes through on the, through like the iTunes thing or whatever it is, but like, maybe the bass isn't booming enough where we got it or something, but like, it just really didn't.
It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit the region.
As a standalone track like that, it does not hit. It works for her, but at the same time, I don't think it's the music that's going to get you pumped up for her.
No.
Coming out, but like her doing the crazy shit with it.
Yeah. No, it works.
That's more so.
It does.
I wouldn't say it's total trash because I could listen to this like on its own and not like want to rip my ears out.
Right.
But it's definitely not the banger that I thought it was. Like when I first played it, because I played it and then I was like listening to the first part, I was like, oh, okay, it's going to drop a little more.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It doesn't get more into it. Like there were some little nuances in there,
right? Yeah,
that I enjoyed. Like kind of towards the end of the little clip I played.
Yeah, until it came back around again, the loop.
But then it came back around.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, we're back. We're back here again. Okay.
Yeah, like we're already back to what we heard.
Exactly.
So like we just get that pretty much like 2 or 3 times, and then
when you played initially, I was like, oh, I was like, oh, that's Ia, right? So I was like, okay, I like, because again, I don't hear the whole song ever. I just hear like when she's coming out. You know what I mean? I never took the time to actually listen to the tune, which is actually good to do. So you'd be like, hey, is this good? Is it not good?
Right.
So yeah, it gives that good spot there. But yeah, I think it's a mid to trash theme. You know what I mean? That's where we're at.
Okay.
Not total trash, but
yeah. I wouldn't say total trash. But it's definitely not the banger that I thought.
Yeah. So I got something in my head.
Oh, you got one? Okay.
I got one for you. All right.
Okay.
So this is one, and I don't know how everybody feels about this tune. In my opinion, this dude has had besides his original theme in WCW, I liked all of his themes. Besides his original theme in WCW, I liked all of his themes. All right. And that person is Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Break the walls down. Break down the wall, or whatever that's called.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. So besides his original theme, which was that came out with
when he was like the lion heart.
The lion heart. But then he came out to that rip off Even Flow, which I liked. And then he had this theme when he went to WWF, and then of course he went to AEW. He had that
and obviously his AEW theme is his band's
band's
which
theme.
that's a banger though.
It's a banger.
That itself is a banger.
It is indeed.
All right, but this you're talking about the OG.
The OG.
The only thing that bothered me about this is I literally never understood the lyrics.
Nope. But
I heard break the walls down.
But I heard Judas and I'm your priest. Right. Like, so he actually uses Judas in here, and he has Judas as his song. That's pretty funny.
But that wasn't him. This was Jim Johnson. Right?
No, I know, but I'm saying he used the
just using
Judas
making that connection of
connection.
Later on Judas and Judas and your priest and then it's just like baby but I did it not the least. Like I got the pattern down, which like to me that like it hooks you in there because I could do the like I got the pattern down, step into the arena and break the wall down. And then you like get to that point, but like in the middle, if you're
I have no idea what those lyrics are.
You got to give me the lyric sheet to that.
I have no idea what those lyrics are whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't beep. Like I got
flock you like sheep. I think it says like something about flock
the iron
like
sheep. The iron sheep.
Flock you like sheep.
Oh, flock you like sheep. I make you humble. I humble you.
No, so like I remember when I, obviously his intro into WWE and that whole countdown and finally comes out, which for my money is literally the best debut of all time. I can't think of anybody that's better off the top of my head. But yeah, when he came out to that shit, I said, "Oh, and he got this hot ass theme too." Mm-hmm. Like, come on now, like they went all in for him. Like, you know what I mean? It's like we're going all in for you. Like it's
they invested a lot.
They didn't come in with some bullshit. They came in. It wasn't generic. It was fucking for him. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Break down the walls of Jericho.
Like they're going all in the walls of Jericho. Like
get the fuck out of here. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And they weren't even called the walls of Jericho before, but that's what they called the goddamn. That was
they knew Chris Jericho. They were going to go into the whole idea of Jericho because when you hear the word Jericho, that's what most people think of. Is that
exactly
the biblical connotation like that.
Absolutely. No, it's cool. Like he changed his whole finisher name based off the goddamn name of the song. That's crazy shit. Like, that's so cool. I don't know. That's cool shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I got for that. I think that's a banger, man. That's like my top 30, 35 themes ever. Mm-hmm. If I hear that bitch, I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it always when it pops on the playlist, it does not get skipped. I'll say that. Like every time it pops up, that'll get played. I definitely think it is. It is a I wouldn't put it like up with the GOATs as far as bangers go, but it's definitely in the banger category.
Yeah.
Like it's a solid theme. It it has that good backgrounds to it, makes it catchy. You get the pattern to it. It's not very like, I don't know.
I just got an idea. You know how they have the PWI 500? We should do that for wrestling themes. I don't know how long that would take.
Oh my gosh, but every year?
I don't know about every year.
But reorder them every year?
Maybe when somebody new comes in, like
are you talking about just like
not every year, but like an all-time like 500 list?
Oh, kind of like how like, oh my god, what are the American Film Institute? They had like their top 100 films of all time.
Ooh, we should
some shit like that. Do like the top 200 themes of all time.
We
actually have to rank them.
We have to rank them. I have to list a lot of fucking themes.
Then we'd have to rank them. This is a good start. I'm gonna have to go through it. We're gonna have to go through a bunch of themes.
Oh yeah,
to do it. But yeah,
my goodness.
Yeah, I like that. I think that can be a sweatshop project.
Yeah, that's a whole project.
Kind of coming up. Doing well once we go through enough of these and we can start putting them in some kind of order and whatever. I'll tell you which ones won't make it. Fucking Cesaro ones and the Xbox ones we did from part 1, which if you don't know what we're talking about, go back to part 1.
Go back.
Watch/listen to part 1 and you will see that none of them will make the top 200. None of them.
Nobody.
But this probably will. This will most likely make this will probably make the top 50.
Okay.
Easy. Make top 50. However, I'll probably give you another one that will not make the top 200.
Okay.
Because I went on shuffle mode.
Shuffle!
I did a little shuffle. Ooh, a little shuffle. We got to come up with some shit for that. Anyway, I went on a little shuffle here, and this popped up. And I would have never thought to bring this up otherwise.
Oh.
Other than the shuffle. And there's a reason why I probably would not bring this up other than through the shuffle. So uh, I think, in fact, I don't even like the newer version of it. I didn't like the old version of it,
Oh
but
my. That sounds.
I can't do it anymore.
What the fuck is that? I've never even heard that before. What
That's
is
the
that?
Viking Raiders.
That is terrible. Oh no.
They did them a disservice
That's
with this one.
awful.
Yeah, that's what popped up.
No.
The Viking Raiders song.
Was that always their theme?
I don't know if it's always been their theme, but some variation of that. As long as they've been the Viking Raiders has been their theme. This particular one that popped up came out about a year ago. So I don't think they've changed it since then.
Holy shit.
But
that's so bad.
Yeah.
No,
and
that
like,
definitely
that
wasn't
was
their
it.
theme. That wasn't their theme always. I know that's for a fact. I was like, that doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, well, because they weren't always the Viking Raiders. They
Right.
were, no, in the Independence, they were the War Machine.
Yeah, the War Machine, yeah.
Then they were were they the Viking Warriors at one point? Or were they just War? Oh man, what was it?
I think they were Viking Raiders, weren't they? But they
not always. They were not always.
If this came out a year ago, they had themes. I mean, they've been in WWE for about 4 years, right? Now by that point.
Yeah, I mean they've been in there a couple little bit there.
Yeah. So yeah, I am shocked. I'm shocked at that theme. That theme is so bad. Like I didn't think it was that bad. That they did them a true disservice on that theme. That is absolute trash. That might be the worst thing I've heard so far. That's the worst thing I've heard so far.
Today, yes. I don't think it's worse than the X Factor.
Oh, the X Factor's bad.
That's real bad. But like this one, there's like,
that's fucking close.
I don't really know if there's anything redeeming about this. Like I understand, like I guess it fits them, but it's mainly just the raid.
Well, I mean, it does.
But here's the thing, like other than that, yeah, there's things you.
Where's your baseline? Come on, give me some baseline. Give me something in there to make me feel like they're about to hurt me. They don't. Like that's not.
There's like nothing to it.
Yeah, it's
like it doesn't even create an ambiance of like they're gonna come to kill you.
No,
which that's what really should be.
And maybe some singing, like some sort of like like I feel like Vikings should have like some sort of
it should be a little bit more majestic.
Something like in that world of you coming into the Viking Raiders vibes. I feel like if you're coming, you're about to fight some Vikings now. Okay. Like some shit in there. You can have the rock shit in there, but you have also that, like you said, some majestic something in there to create like some sort of epicness.
Yes.
Some epicness in there. I could fucking probably make a better theme right the fuck now. Give me about a half hour.
Probably.
I guess to make something better than that. That's fucking terrible. Yeah,
I mean that's and I think that was I'm trying to look and see who that was, if that was the CFOs or not. No, I think that was the Def Rebel.
That's Def Rebel?
Yeah.
They fucked that up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
They fucked that up big time.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if they've adapted it at all since this one that came out, but this one, this one I pulled up says December 3rd, 2021. So it might have been updated since then.
Yeah.
But this particular one. In fact, let me see if I can find.
You want to find that?
Let me see if I can find the current one. Let's see if it's any different. The current one.
Oh, is that not the current one?
It isn't. Like it isn't. It isn't. Here's one from hold on, wait a minute. Okay, that was the same one. This is one from 10 months ago. So this is updated. So let's see if it's changed at all a little bit here from what we just heard. Like I said, that one was out like late 2021. So this one says from 10 months ago. Let's try this.
Okay. It's already better.
Yeah. It's just that bass hit there. That's what they needed. Yes. Thank you.
Way better.
I mean, it's still super basic.
Yeah, it's basic.
But like at least there's a little bit more epicness to it.
It's better. It's better. But it needs a little bit more on the hot. I just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, like just something.
When they put some, not some Celtic shit, but like just some kind of
just a little random
up like that,
a little minor shit like on the top. Doesn't have to be too much. Just a little minor something on the top, like some fucking whatever shit they used back in the day, like in the Viking
some
world.
kind of like
string
old ass flute or something like that. You know, like
exactly.
Yeah.
Some fucking like recorder type shit, like you know what I mean?
Something. Yeah. This one's you just have the horn, and then it's just poof, which like that does that nice boom.
It adds something.
It does add enough to.
I appreciate that. What was there? Can we go back to the original one?
I still think that's true.
Because I think CFO did their first one, right? Because they've been around.
It's possible.
They've been around since CFO. I just want to hear it just off of my.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly the whole evolution of it.
I don't either.
Like their first ever theme?
Not the first ever in WWE.
Well, I found this one. This is War. This is from like 4 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is the one I usually recall. Here you go. Here's their War one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's way too long because we already looped through it twice, and it's been 30 seconds.
Yeah, how long is this?
This timestamp's at 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
That's their bullshit. That's what you call it. That's CFO. CFO does that dumb shit. I hate when they do that. But
this was better.
Yeah, if they combined this one and the one we just heard, I think that would have been pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I still don't like it.
No, I don't like it.
I still think it's all trash.
Yeah, it's all trash.
Sorry, guy. I love the wrestlers.
Yeah.
I love the wrestlers.
They're all trash.
In fact, they're getting disrespected too.
They are.
A whole lot of damn thing anyway.
Not a goddamn thing. Well, that's good. That's a good rundown. I wanted to hear what their different themes are. They've been in WWE for so long. They already have 3 different themes. They're just never good. It's never good.
They probably have little variations too that we probably skipped over. I just was trying to find their first one that they were like Viking Raiders because I don't think this was the same. I don't think this was the same one they had when they were in NXT.
I think it is. It's the same one.
I don't know because I did not think they started out in NXT as the Viking Raiders. They only got all of the stuff.
They were the War Raiders or something like that.
Yes, that's what it was. The War Raiders.
I think that's what it was.
And then I think once they moved up to the main roster, then they became the
Viking Raiders because they don't like the war thing.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. But they were War Machine on the independents.
Yeah.
And then War Raiders.
Yeah. That's right. But I think it was the same theme though.
I honestly don't know. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, because that's the one I know. That's the shit I know from them.
That's the one you associate with them.
Absolutely. I don't even recall that other nasty shit I just heard.
Well, that first one was
fucking
god awful.
Garbage.
I mean,
man.
it progressively got better.
It did.
I mean, it didn't get much better though.
No, but I mean, it did though. In my ear, it did.
Well,
But in the grand scheme of everything, no.
Because we started so low.
It started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Yeah. Now
Still
we're
in the bottom.
But here, let's just say start from the bottom. Now we're here. Like it's not like we're here. Like here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No good. No
Very
good.
close. Maybe
Not
like,
at all.
Maybe like 4 inches.
Ooh. It's so small.
That's a solid male growth right there. I don't know what you're talking about. It's still not enough of a gap.
God, aren't you? Mastodonic.
Mastodonic. By the way, sidebar, we gotta go to that. We gotta go to that Casa Bonita now.
Oh,
I revamped it out there.
I heard.
We gotta go out and check that out.
Where's that shit at? It's in Colorado.
It's out in Colorado.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to take that trip.
Mastodonic.
Mastodonic.
Was a minuscule.
Oh no. Okay. All right. What do we got next? What do we got next?
You want me to shuffle up?
Hell yeah, shuffle that shit up. I like to
Right,
I like to shuffle up.
Oh boy. I mean, it could work. It could. Oh, it worked, baby. And when I say it worked,
oh,
I can't make that joke. It worked because this one is probably. I mean, this definitely will make the top 200 for sure.
Oh,
I know this is,
200.
And this is one of my all-time personal favorites.
Okay.
For many, many reasons. I know we've had many times commiserating over this particular song.
Ooh.
In fact, I'm surprised neither of us have brought this up at this point.
Oh.
But the shuffle did it for us.
See, the shuffle works.
And here you go.
It's sexual, baby.
Right.
Come on. I want to give it all to you. Yeah, right on. Right on. I'm right here for you. I know it's going to be good to you. Yeah. And I'll tell you why, baby. Baby, it's time that you know.
Come on.
My love is growing.
We gotta keep going.
Come on now.
Gotta get to it.
And I just can't pretend anymore. Because my love is showing.
Go ahead, the bridge.
Here we go. And
Oh, and I know when it's just you and I. I'll show you and you won't deny.
Yes.
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 The shuffle did us good.
That is top 50. Bro, that is top
Easy
50.
top 50. That's easy.
Fuck.
Top 50. I mean, talk about unique.
Thank you.
I mean, you're not hearing Barry White
No.
on like anything.
No.
I mean, that is like, I mean, even with the more like sensual characters like a Val Venus, like you're getting the saxophone and like
that's the
whatever
star vibes. Yeah.
But like even then the backgrounds of that one is just so like meh. Like that one to me, I would say if we end up doing that one, that's probably like a mid.
Well, that's similar to I think we talked about it before. It's similar to Rick Martel's. It's
now we're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, well,
not right now, but that's we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back to that because we don't want to disrespect sexual chocolate.
No, sexual chocolate.
This deserves the pedestal it is going to be put on by both of us. I mean, this was actually so good. I think it was either the movie 12 Rounds.
Yes.
Or I think it was 12 Rounds. It was used at the end of 12 Rounds.
One of those John Cena movies, right?
Yeah, I believe it was. I think it was 12 Rounds because the dude just came out of the plane, went into the pool.
Yeah.
At the very end, and he's got the girl at the end, and guess what hits? Bam, 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 bam. And it's the Mark Henry theme. Like it is it. Like Jim Johnson was just like, oh, I already wrote this shit. I'm gonna put it in here because he scored all those movies.
Yes, absolutely.
He scored all those WWE film things, right? So he threw that in there. So that's a little fun fact. You ever see the movie? I believe it is 12 rounds. I don't think it's the first.
It's
movie,
one of those.
but I'm pretty sure it's 12 rounds.
But damn it,
check that out.
That's a good.
But I mean, it's such a unique theme, but it also gives you that little verse.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then it gives you that like bridge chorus type thing where it breaks down, switches. Then I know it's just you and I.
I love that shit.
Yeah. And I love where
sexual.
Yeah, and then like later on, it goes in further. Like we didn't get there.
But there's a whole
sexual chocolate, like going all over the place.
Yeah,
like it's like I don't know where he found that dude to do it. I don't know. I don't know because I know Jimmy's not doing that. I know none of the Jimmy's doing that. Jimmy Hart ain't doing that. Jim Johnson ain't doing that.
Nobody's
doing that. So like that one. Like that is another just ultra unique theme, but it also it played into the character so well. Perfect. Like it fit that very white vibe that he's trying to pull off, but it was also like a good song. Like
good song.
Like the backgrounds of it.
Period.
Like that is just
so
like
love it.
Love it.
It is so good. That's the good shit right there.
So that's like a banger all across the board, right? So we're still going to do the banger mid trash thing, but that was a really great point that you pulled up with the Val Venis. We talked about how it was basically reusing a theme because that has happened multiple times specifically in the WWE.
Yes.
Where we've heard, or if you're like really savvy to it, you've heard some semblance of a theme for one person. And then later on it's either repackaged or it's just the same old thing used for somebody else. So probably people are more familiar with Val Venis's initial theme.
Yes.
Right. So that's where we're going to go next. We're going to
let's do that. Let's do that.
We're going to go to Val Venis, which, you know, we can say what we think of it, but then we'll go and compare it to the one that it was basically based off of.
Yeah.
So let me get this Val Venis chugging along here. This would not be one I'd bring up myself because, like, I can even say before we get into it that it's just pretty mid.
It is mid.
Like I wouldn't say
it's mid too.
I wouldn't say it's trash.
It's not trash.
I could still listen to it and not like again totally be dumbfounded of how it's created.
Right.
But it's also not like it doesn't have anything else to it that like gives me that banger vibe. Like
no, you're not. Yeah, your Jimmy's aren't rustled for this shit.
No. So here's Val Venis.
Hello, ladies.
I do like that.
Fake sax.
So this background,
That's great.
But it's Rick Martel's theme.
Gave it away. Yeah. So anyway, like Sweat said, this background has already been used in some way, shape, or form, and not for Val Venis or any iteration of his character. But like as I'm getting the next one ready here, as you
10 years ago.
Yeah, gave it away. It was about probably about 10 years ago or so.
10 years prior to Val Venis debuting.
Yeah. Like he wasn't even a thought yet.
No.
That the backgrounds of it, the main like plot, shall we say, like the foundation was used by another superstar that also could be considered in that, like, obviously not porn star way, like that Playboy kind of deal, right? So we said that Val Venis one, it was a little bit more updated because you did get that more like 90s tinge to it, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was still kind of mid, and it had like that sax solo. But then the foundation of it was lifted from this one, which is from the model, Rick Martel. Sax is more basic here.
Yep.
The background's the same.
Same beat.
Same chord progression.
Same chord progression, different key, same chord progression.
I was trying to do the sax, the Val Venis sax.
Yeah. I think it even has the same bridge, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get. key.
There it is. It's the bridge here. Yep. Same shit.
Same old thing.
Same shit.
So, I mean, that one too, like Rick Martel, that one's even more basic, I think.
Yeah.
You know, than the Val Venus one. It's still.
I mean, I like it at the time though. Like, if you think about what was happening.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's mid because for the time it was unique enough.
It was.
You know, for the time it was unique enough. It fit the character. You know, by today's standard, meh. It's meh.
Right.
So I would have classified it like if you compare it to everything else, it'd probably be trash. But for the time, it held up, and I would say I would give that a mid. I'd give both of them. They're both mid.
Straight up mid.
I mean,
yeah.
would they crack the top 200? I guess that's kind of like our
that'd be
litmus
tough.
test because there probably will be some themes that are mid that crack the top 200 unless we find 200 bangers, which maybe we could. I don't know.
I think it's possible. I mean, if we fuck around enough, I think it's possible.
Well, we probably will.
All right.
We probably will fuck around enough.
I'd like to fuck around a little bit. Find out.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd like to find out. But yeah, it's interesting listening. I mean, because we've had that conversation before, I think in the past, like those two, like I was like, that's just the same shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's the same shit. Now, interesting enough, would we have caught that if we weren't musicians? Do anybody catch that? Does anybody catch that shit?
That's true. I mean, that's like I don't know. You know, if you're not as musically inclined, is that something you hear?
Because I hear it automatically, hear it right away.
Yeah, like that's some things that like jump out at you.
Right.
You know, when you do think of the music that way. But even if you don't, it could be still something that like pops out at you that you recognize it. You know, because again, that's not the first example.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of several examples that I can just think of off the top of my head, and maybe there's even others.
Yeah.
That are like, you know, it's music used for one person, but then the foundations go to another person.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I know at least there's one other one I can pick off the top of my head. We won't go into it now.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think we need to go into it.
Okay.
We can venture into
come back
another time because I want to I kind of like the shuffle up idea.
I do like the shuffle.
So you know, we could shuffle it up a little more instead of like kind of make it a soapbox type thing, but you know,
let's shuffle.
Let's shuffle it up. All right, so shuffling. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I don't know what else to say other than
all right.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, what I will say is this is it's a song that I think a lot of people know.
Okay.
It is attached to a character or a person that a lot of people are very familiar with.
Okay.
It was not their first theme, but it was probably their most popular theme. Okay. Again, probably one I don't necessarily think I would have pulled up, but maybe I would have. I don't know. But here we go. Oops, hold up. There we go. So we hit the repeat at that point.
We're back to normal. Yeah.
But you know, so obviously that was Mick Foley's theme. That was again probably Mick Foley's most popular.
It was his most popular theme. It's not my favorite theme though, but it's
no, it is not my favorite.
No,
at all.
Nope.
In fact, actually, that might be my least favorite.
Yeah, it's mid.
It is mid because it's not. I don't think it's total trash.
No, it's not.
It's just very basic.
Yep.
And like it adds the car crash to it, which like okay, I get
Right.
it. It's not added in a musical way. It's just added as like a sound effect.
Exactly.
But you just kind of get that little simple ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum.
Yep.
Ba-da-dum,
Bop,
ba-dum,
bop,
ba-da-dum, ba-dum.
Yep, that's it.
There's like not much else to it, which
Yep.
a lot of those themes at that time, some like that's kind of how they were built.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't a whole lot to it. But this wasn't like unique enough. Like you could have put it to other people, take out the car crash. Like, could fit other people. I don't know how
anybody else.
Yeah, like it wasn't that unique. I don't think it really did anything to further the character.
Nope.
So to speak, because like he used it when he was like Mankind in the tie,
yeah.
But then also as Mick Foley. So it kind of crossed over characters. It wasn't like when he had like the Dude Love theme. That Dude Love was different.
Right.
Or like Cactus Jack theme was different. Or even like the OG Mankind theme, which was probably my favorite.
That's my favorite.
That's probably my favorite.
The OG Mankind.
Maybe we'll go there next, just so we can get that. So like the OG Mankind theme, because that was another one that was like, I think, unique enough and got the character over. Whereas again, this one I think was just kind of like, meh.
I mean, don't get it twisted. He was already over. It didn't matter what the fuck he came out with. But like,
that's very true.
It didn't matter. But at the same time, when you just look at it and it's by itself, that theme is
it's just okay. So, but here's the original Mankind theme. And then it doubles back.
Goes back again.
So what I like, again, I think for this one, for the time, it was especially unique.
Yes.
But it also kind of gets over because Mankind came in as this basically like lunatic, like this basically a crazy person.
Yeah.
Right. So that whole idea is kind of pushed forward by this very orchestral, sinisterish sounding music where you had like the lower drums and the bass just very basic, like boom. It was very Undertaker-esque in the bottom.
Very Undertaker.
Right. But then you pile on top, excuse me, pretty much this homage to Sam Barber, this Adagio for Strings.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which is a more, I don't want to say more contemporary classical piece of music, but it's not from like the 1800s.
Right.
It was like a 1900s
type
deal. But that string part is based off of Samuel Barber's Adagio for Strings, which I think that was like one of the, this is going to sound terrible, one of the theme songs of like when 9/11, they would show like the tribute videos and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they used. They used that particular song.
They actually use that in, if I'm mistake me, don't like, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they use that for also like World War II or some shit like that?
Oh, they might have. They absolutely might have.
Or something like that, where they had, like where they listened to whatever song, and they didn't use it for like, propaganda or anything like that, but they played.
It was probably like a tribute type thing, or some like homage or something like that. I believe so. I mean, I'm sure it's been used numerous times for multiple things like of that nature, where it's either like paying tribute to something that was a tragedy or whatever. So if you look at it through that lens of paying tribute to something that's a tragedy, and you put that homage on this character of Mankind, which is almost like a tragedy of a human, that's kind of what they were going at. Like that's like next level, like English major, mind blowing, type stuff right there. That Jim Johnson's using the Adagio for Strings and piling it on top of this something, because right away Mankind was in a thing with the Undertaker. So that basic Undertaker, like boom,
They use it.
Boom, like that kind of deal.
Just sidebar. They use it for Franklin D. Roosevelt's funeral, JFK's assassination.
Jesus.
They introduced it November 5th, 1938. Who had already seen many European Jewish colleagues murdered. Like it was like during that time frame, right? So it's like, and then obviously they use it for September 11th. Craziness.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been used for like countless tragedies, you know what I mean? And
which is really why they, if you think about like mankind's character, name is mankind, for Christ's sake. So like
yeah.
Very intriguing.
Yeah. So like that is why, like, the uniqueness, the like upper level thinking behind what was in that theme. Like to me, that was kind of one of my probably my favorite one, although it is a very close the Dude Love one is a very close.
That's a good one
second.
Too. That Dude Love.
I think that might be the one we have to go with next, because we definitely can't end on that.
No.
So maybe we'll go over to
Well, we have to do one of the many faces of Foley. So
So we gotta give you a little bit of Dude Love, not Dude Shack. That's totally different.
No,
that one I don't like. But Dude Love. We'll definitely
an homage to the Bee Gees.
Yes, a very clear homage to the Bee Gees. So anyway, here's the Dude Love. On the bridge. And then we double back on that one. Yeah. So like
theme, man.
Yeah, I mean that's a banger for sure.
That's a
banger for sure. Probably both of those will end up in the top 200.
Absolutely. Those
will end up in the top 200.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that Dude Love one. I mean, it homages to the Bee Gees. You get that. You get that staying alive kind of vibe with it from the singer, but not only like how the beat goes. It just had that, and that was the character. He was like the hippie, cool dude because that was his like childhood character that he came up with. So all tie dye and peace and love and all that kind of stuff. And
absolutely,
so coming up with that, something very BG-esque.
Yeah,
like you said, it was very appropriate, but also just like a cool song. Like it was just a good song. It gets you into it. It's very repetitive, but it's okay. That fits because that was kind of like pop music anyway. Like it's kind of fit the vibe there.
Definitely disco vibes in there.
Yeah,
and it worked, man. It worked.
It did. It did work. He was the coolest cat in the land.
Yeah.
Have mercy.
Have mercy.
Oh, I love that. That's so good.
Oh God, that was some good shit, man.
Yeah.
Let's end it there.
I think that's a good note to end on.
That's a good note to end it on. Bop bop beep. I love that Dude Love. Excellent. Look, go ahead and plug all this stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because even though we got all of the banger, mid, and trash happening here in part 2, we cannot forget about on August 12th in the year of 2023, there's going to be a show called the Midsummer Nightmare. All right. And that is in conjunction, HTW Wrestling in conjunction with Wild LLC, because again, we did not read the fine print on this one. So they get to have a show of their choosing here, and it is stacking up to be a quite an interesting show. So if you don't know what I mean by that, check us out on social media at High Tension HTW across the board, and you can see all of the different matches and different things that have been announced for this particular show. And in Brooklawn, New Jersey, it is a hop, skip, and a jump away from Philadelphia. So if you are in the Philadelphia area or very close to that area, it is not far to get to Brooklawn, New Jersey, to the Brooklawn American Legion there in Brooklawn on Saturday, August the 12th. The tickets are on sale on the website, so you can go to www.hightenctionhtw.com/shop, or you can just go to the website and find the shop from there, and you can get a link to the tickets from there. You can also find it on Eventbrite if you just search up High Tension Wrestling. It's another way you can find it there. Or if you just want to find it on our social medias, we are at High Tension HTW all across the board on all of your favorite social media platforms. So make sure you get your tickets for that event, because I will say this is one you do not want to miss. It sounds like it's getting to be something that is pretty crazy. So make sure you get your tickets for that. And also give us a follow. And also, if you have not done so yet for this HTW Network YouTube channel, give us a subscribe. Watch some of our other videos. We got plenty of other wrestling videos on there. You can watch a lot of our backlog, Camp Leapfrog videos and shows, and high tension wrestling matches and videos. We also have a bunch of other podcasts that you can listen to and watch, not just the Sweatshop here at the Sweatshop Pod across all social media, even though we'd love for you to watch all of our episodes as well. And we're going to start uploading some more backlog episodes, because I know not all of our initial episodes got onto YouTube here. So we're going to start at the back and work our way up to the present to put some more of those on there. So you can follow all of our progress on that at High Tension HTW. Click that link to subscribe, give us likes, follows, all that kind of stuff at the Sweatshop Pod across all social media. If you want to follow me, I'm at Maestro A. Scott. If you want to follow my boy Sweats over here, that is at E. Jacob Music across the board, all social media. Let us know if there's music that we have not talked about yet, or if there's something else you want us to go banger, mid, or trash on. Let us know. That way we can make this happen. Because I don't know about you, Sweats, but I kind of enjoy this, going into it. I enjoyed the shuffle. That was that brought some fun up.
Yeah.
But if there's other music that you want to hear us talk about, or if you want us to give our opinion, or if you want to counteract, let's say you really love that Viking Raiders theme, go ahead and let us know that we are totally wrong.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm gonna say
don't do that, because I'm a child. You lose all my respect if you do. Don't do that.
But at the same time, go ahead and let us know. Let us know what you think are bangers, mid, trash. If you want us to review it on here, you want us to talk about it, you want us to find it, let us know. Other than that, hopefully y'all are enjoying your summer.
Absolutely. All right, y'all. From me and the Maestro, we are closing up shop.